Picture stepping into an elevator at the surface of the ocean. Doors closing and pressing the button for the very bottom. At the top floor, sunlight streams through the windows. Dolphins glide past, and coral gardens stretch out like a rooftop park. You start to descend, and by 200 meters, the windows go dim. By 1,000 meters, someone breaks the light bulb, and you're falling through absolute black. Keep going, past 4,000 meters, past 6,000, and the walls of the elevator begin to groan under a weight equal to a military submarine resting on your chest. Somewhere down there, past 8,000 meters, scientists believed nothing with a spine could survive. They were wrong, and finding out exactly how wrong took 15 years. A small pink fish and a camera dropped into the darkest trench on Earth. That fish is where this story ends. But first, you need to understand the building you're falling through. The ocean isn't one place. It's 5 distinct worlds stacked on top of each other, each one more hostile than the last. The first is the sunlight zone, down to about 200 meters, roughly the height of Seattle's Space Needle. This is the ocean you already know, warm and bright, where plants can still photosynthesize. But drop below that, into the Twilight Zone, and 99% of the sunlight is already gone. Here lives a fish called the bristlemouth, barely 2 inches long, and there are more of them than any other vertebrate on the planet. Hundreds of trillions, maybe a full quadrillion. That's more than one for every square foot of ocean surface on Earth. Every single evening, billions of tons of these fish, along with lanternfish and hatchetfish, rise up toward the surface to feed under cover of darkness. Before sunrise, they sink back down. This is called diel vertical migration, and it's the largest animal migration on the planet, happening every single day. It also drags carbon from the atmosphere down into the deep ocean, acting as one of Earth's major climate regulators. But that's not the strange part. Keep falling, past 1,000 meters, into the midnight zone, where the temperature locks at a constant 4 degrees Celsius and never changes again. Finding a mate here is close to mathematically impossible. So, male anglerfish evolved a horrifying shortcut. When a tiny male finds a female, he bites into her flesh, fuses his bloodstream to hers, and slowly loses his eyes and organs, becoming a permanent, attached appendage that exists only to reproduce. Around you, tiny flashes of blue and green blink through the water, like watching a city's lights from an airplane at night. That's bioluminescence. And down here, it's language, bait, and camouflage all at once. Now here's where most people assume everything just gets crushed. It doesn't. Deep-sea animals have no air-filled lungs or swim bladders, so there's no pocket of air for the pressure to collapse. Their bodies are mostly water, and water barely compresses, so the pressure inside matches the pressure outside. That's why the deepest living fish are small, pink, gelatinous, and boneless, not armored monsters. Push further down, into the abyss, which covers 83% of the entire ocean floor. Food here falls as marine snow, a slow, endless blizzard of dead organic matter drifting down from the world above. And near hydrothermal vents, something stranger lives. The Pompeii worm builds its home right at the edge of boiling water, its tail resting in 80 degrees Celsius heat, while its head sits in water 22 degrees colder, wearing a fleece of bacteria on its back as insulation. Now you're approaching the final floor, the trenches, and this is where the real mystery lives. Deep-sea fish survive crushing pressure using a molecule called TMAO, which braces their proteins like scaffolding so they don't buckle. But scientists calculated a hard ceiling. Past around 8,200 to 8,400 meters, a fish would need so much TMAO that its cells would become saltier than the ocean itself, and water would rush in and rupture them. Below that line, they believed no fish could exist. Professor Alan Jameson spent 15 years dropping baited cameras into the deepest Pacific trenches to test that limit. In 2022, at 8,336 meters in the Izu Ogasawara Trench, his camera caught something swimming, a small, pale, translucent snailfish gliding through water that should have destroyed it. It was living almost exactly on the mathematical edge of what its own chemistry allows. Life didn't break the rule. It just found the very last inch of room inside it. And it isn't alone down there. In 2019, explorer Victor Vescovo piloted a submersible to 10,928 meters, the deepest solo dive in human history, into the Challenger Deep. Fewer people have seen that seafloor than have stood on the moon. And sitting there, in a place untouched by light for millions of years, he spotted something with visible lettering on it. a plastic bag, resting at the bottom of the world. So if the ocean is a 5-story building, we've already left something in the basement. What do you think is still waiting to be found in the 1% of the deep sea we haven't even looked at yet? Somewhere down there, past every window, past every floor, something is still adapting to a world we've barely begun to see.